Hello family, my name is Chris, I am your home gamer dad, and welcome back to the next part of my campaign through Avatar: The Last Airbender, Aang's Destiny, a cooperative deck building game from the Op. Thank you to the Op once again for sending me a copy of this game so this way I can play it and share my love of the series and the game with all of you out there. We are on box 5 right now of 7, so we're getting very close to the end of this. And speaking of the end, this is actually a representation of the end for the Earth book, Season 2, whatever you want to call it, for Avatar: The Last Airbender, the series. The first 2 boxes in this, box 3 and box 4, had a lot of buildup of stuff, getting our new teacher, and then of course the thing that happened with Appa and things along that ways. Now our team is in Ba Sing Se, and they're looking for their lost friend, and they're uncovering all different types of secrets and conspiracies that really dive deep into the city. And as always, major spoiler alert. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. If you don't want to know anything about the game or the show or whatever, then thank you for making it this far and whatnot, but definitely check that out if you haven't already. But I'm going to be going over all the cards and things along that way. So major spoiler for everyone out there. You have been warned, FYI. Last thing before we begin, as always, if you are looking to add this to your collection, always go to your FLGS first. We love our friendly local game stores. They are the lifeblood of our gaming community. Otherwise, you can go on to BGG in order to get a little bit more information about this. All these links are in the description below. You can go to the Ops website in order to purchase it. I also have an Amazon affiliate link down there, which if you use that in order to purchase it, helps out this channel greatly. And then, of course, is the Ops actual Amazon account. So you're really buying it through them anyway. But all of that said and done, let's grab our team, grab our equipment and all of our other stuff, and start moving through Ba Sing Se through box 5. Box 5 doesn't add too much to the overall game. It actually only adds 2 new things that you got to worry about. One of them being a 3rd adversary to the pile, the second being the new keyword Deflect, which helps with mitigating these guys up here if you can manage to get one into your deck. But for right now, let's just go ahead and put box 5 to the side as I talk about what's going back into previous boxes. All right, so first things first, back into box 4 are going to be all of your objective cards that you had from the last game. Of course, remember, any of the rewards cards are still in their various places. They'll either be in the general support deck or they'll be in other characters' decks, things along that ways, unless they have specifically said that they were only there for the last box, which I believe that's not the case. First, we have Wan Shi Tong as an adversary going back into box 4, the Sandbenders back in the box 4, and the Fire Nation Drill going back into the box 4. So all of those are gone. And then we have Professor Z, or Z, I forget how to pronounce his name. He only came in during box 4. He's going back into box 4. I'm glad we were able to pull him, but we will never see him again because, as per storyline, he is permanently in Wan Shi Tong's library for the rest of, well, his life. General Mangu, whatever, this guy from the leader of the Rough Rhinos, he came in box 3. He is now gone. We do not need him anymore. He was only for 3 and 4. And the giant badger moles go back into box 3. They were reward number 14, but we only had them for last game and this one. So no more giant badger moles. So for box 5, there's actually 9 adversaries as opposed to box 4, which had 12. So you have less adversaries, even though there's more of them on the field at one time. I'm actually going to be making a bit of a change for this. Admiral Zhao is currently in the deck from now until the end of this box. And as I have stated several times, I'm sure a lot of you agree with me as well, Admiral Zhao should not have been in this segment of the game. After the Book of Water, he's gone. We don't see him again technically until Korra's line, but no more with Aang. He is gone. He is finished. He is eliminated from the whole thing. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take Admiral Zhao out of this deck. I am not going to have him in there. Instead, I'm going to leave Xin Fu and Yu in the deck. I'm going to put these 2 guys back in. I believe they should have been in here for the entire run of boxes 3, 4, and 5, because really they are very important to the story. They are the ones that are hunting down Toph and trying to bring her back to her dad. So I think these 2 play a much better role, and more thematically in that case, than Zhao. So they, I should say, are just going to be shuffled into here. And yes, there is a possibility that we could have 3 adversaries out on the field at one time that all move the boat. And if that's the case, then we're in trouble. But, that is a thing that could possibly happen. But there are some ways around it. Now, as I said with box 5, you're going to have 3 adversaries going out on the field, so they're just going to move from left to right. So one's going to be here, one's going to be here, and then the top of the deck is going to flip over, so you'll have 3 to deal with. But now the new bending cards actually add the word deflect to their bottoms as a keyword. And what deflect means is that once you use it, you choose any one of the face-up adversaries that are here, you remove any hit tokens from them, and then they go to the bottom of the adversary deck. You're not defeating them. You have to fight them eventually. But if you had, say, all 3 that move the ship, you could play something that does a deflect action and throw them to the bottom, kind of rotating through. So this way, you're not dealing with as many really bad guys at once. You can kind of arrange them in a way where they're a little bit more manageable. As far as that, that's really it. We got new cards in the Fire Nation deck. We do have some new adversaries. As you see, we had the 3 new bending, which I will shuffle the decks and deal them out accordingly, because this isn't it. Our new objectives, our new things here. I'll go over my elemental boost board a little bit later, but let's go see our characters that we're going to be playing for box 5. Back again, we have Toph, our amazing earthbending teacher and one of the coolest characters in the game, or in the series in general, I should say. And then with her, I have Sokka. I was really debating whether it be Sokka or Katara to go through this with Toph, but I think Sokka is the better choice, just for various reasons that I'll go through as we go through the game, because, you know, I do practice runs and everything. Actually, I had an earlier game where I lost really badly, so hopefully this doesn't go that way. Sokka actually has 13 cards in his deck, which is insane, and Toph has 11 because we gave her sandbending, and then Sokka had his map as well. So we got these 2 here, and hopefully they will be able to lead us to victory as we explore Ba Sing Se. Nothing could go wrong, right?
Hey, don't jinx it. We could still be attacked by some giant exploding Fire Nation spoon, or find out the city's been submerged in an ocean full of killer shrimp.
You been hitting the cactus juice again?
I'm just saying, weird stuff happens to us.
Just a real quick briefing for my elemental boost board. This is a board that I made myself. This does not come with the game. This is my own creation. There is a BGG link to a thread that I have explaining this in further detail in the description below. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it, but after playing over a dozen games using this board on both sides through various games, I don't think I will ever play a game without it. Basically, just in the long run, you have the 4 different elements. You can choose to boost with one of them, a water boost, earth, wind, or air boost, or air or fire boost. When you boost on side 4 to 7, which is box 4 to 7, you choose either do the action for that element or you get to roll the 2 dice that shows on the bottom. You have to discard a certain amount of cards cumulatively from hands of all players in order to boost. So the X is how many players are in the game. So in this case, it's going to be 2. This is basically saying discard 2 water and or non-bending ally cards between all players. So once it's boosted, you cover it up, you do the trigger. Once all 4 have been covered, then after you resolve it, everything comes off and then you surge, which then means that you're able to remove a card from your hand or deck from the game, which is how you cull cards in this, because that was the original reason for this board. Or you can gain any 1 card from the general supply market immediately without paying for it. You do not refill that space when that card goes to your discard pile. So that's this in a nutshell. You'll see as it works as I go through, but again, that thread gives more details on it, and I'd love to hear your opinions on it as well. All right, let's start the setup. We're going to start with our airbending cards right here, which is going to be a little bit more difficult to pull this time because this is our first game without an airbender on our team. We've always had Appa or Aang in order to do something, but now we do not. And what do we have here? We have Direct Funnel and Thundering Gust. So Thundering Gust is the new one that has the deflect on it. You can also roll or gain an attack and gain an attack and a purpose. It's 6 though. That's kind of a lot. Surf the Wave and Icy Blast for water, which isn't really that bad. Surf the Wave is 1 purpose and 1 attack, and then you get to roll the blue dice. Icy Blast is great because that's going to move the boat. I got to get that over to Sokka. And then we have Wait and Listen. One of my favorite cards forever to give Toph. And Stove Levitate. Okay, good. I need to get both of these into Toph's deck as soon as possible. Our general supply deck is just massive right now. It's like we went through the entire deck of this card, of this entire thing during box 1. Like we literally saw every card, and now we'll be lucky if we see like half of it at this point, unless I do more in terms of burning and turning with my boost board. But You know what? Let's just take these two, flip them over. What we got? We got Blasting Jelly. We got Lich Nutch. Hey, we got Botto. That's really cool. And we have another Blasting Jelly, so that gets covered. And Tio. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's so amazing. Oh, good. So that's a good attack with a blue roll. So we got to get that for an ally, item. Oh, man. That's an awesome start. You know, it's not going to be an awesome start, whatever these three adversaries are. So first one we throw down is my active hero discards one ally from reserve or in hand. Well, that's actually really not that bad because Sokka's the only one with allies, so that's not going to hurt him too much. Well, it's not going to hurt Toph at all because she doesn't have any allies, but we'll see what he pulls. Prince Zuko, amazing. Again, they're together. They do love each other. They really do. Prince Zuko will only activate if the boat moves and active hero loses 2 health in that case. Oh no. Okay, well now there's bad right there. Wow. What a combo. If this was Azula, I would be like, there's a conspiracy afoot here. Ty Lee, for each bending card in hand, active hero either chooses to discard that card, the bending card, or -1, and that's for every bending card in hand. At least getting rid of her early will enable Toph to grab more earthbending cards and then build up that way. And then before we begin everything else, let's see what our first objective is. Going into box 5, into the next part of our adventure, we need to evade Judy to attend the Earth King's party. There is no war in Ba Sing Se. Remember that. This is pretty much Team Avatar really needing to get into to see the Earth King, to tell them about the the Day of Black Sun, where the Fire Nation firebenders all lose their firepower, and they're just blocked at every single moment because there's a conspiracy going on right now with one of the head advisors for the Earth King, and blah blah blah. It's insane. Like, this part of the story is nuts. And if you haven't seen it or you don't know what I'm talking about, do yourself a favor and watch it, because this has some of the best episodes in the series as a whole. And I'm sure you'll hear me gush about that even more as we go along. Anyway, Toph and Sokka still have their main abilities right now. These don't get upgraded until the next box. So let's go ahead and do our opening hand for Toph. We have a helping hand, which is nice because I just want her to get stuff. Seismic Sense. All right, cool. We can dig through the deck a little bit more. Our, the general supply deck. Offer aid. Hey, good. An attack card. And, ooh, good. Earth Armor. So, G that has an attack or healing, which is nice. Heading on over to Sokka. His first several cards are Map. I forgot to mention with evading Judy, we have to play 2 item cards in a turn in order to satisfy it. And if we don't place at least 1 attack card, then or attack ability or token, then we lose the health. But I wouldn't mind rolling the green dice. Hey, look at that. We got UA here, which is nice. Ah, man. All right. Sokka has a lot of items in his deck, but of course he only pulled 1. That's fine though. I think we'll be okay with this. This is good. UA can immediately go there and he can start waterbending and earn some waterbending cards. And I know exactly what I'm going to get from him. Toph, let's begin our adventure.
There's no war in Ba Sing Se.
All right, starting this off strong with active hero loses 1 health and discards a card. Okay, so at this point, Toph has to lose 1 and she has to discard a card. I do have 3 bending in my hand right now, which isn't really all that great. Man, I gotta discard a card. So I'm gonna discard Rock Column, which is fine. Now Ty Lee's going to trigger, so that means she's going to do 2 damage to me unless I discard these cards, in which case it doesn't. But I'm going to take the 2 because Earth Armor is going to give me 1 back. Prince Zuko doesn't trigger. Mai doesn't trigger because I don't have any allies at all. All right, so we are going to first put down our Offer Aid. Boom. We're going to go ahead and take Helping Hand and discard this. So that's out of play, and Toph is going to get 4, which is good. That 4 is going to trigger her special, which will immediately give her an attack, which is great because then I won't take that additional damage from the objective. The Earth Armor will gain us back 2, so that makes me feel more comfortable. And we're going to go ahead and Seismic Sense before I buy anything. Seismic Sense allows me to take the top 3 cards of this deck and put them back in any order or throw them to the bottom and rotate it out. So, oh, we got one from here, the Jasmine Dragon Tea. It's not Uncle Iroh, but it's him. Wow, any 1 hero gains 3. All right, that's probably going to stay on top for sure. Momo is up top again. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's good too. And the Pai Sho tile. Use the ability of any reserved ally. Do not discard the ally. Oh, Oh man, I don't really want to get rid of any of these up top. These are really good. I'm going to put Momo first. We'll put the Jasmine Tea next. Yeah, and then we'll put the Pai Sho tile. All right, cool. That sounds good. All right, let's take our 4 purpose and our 1 attack. We'll assign the 1 attack to Ty Lee, and the 4 purpose is going to go for Stone Levitation first because it's 4, and I like that. And it's going to give Toph 1 purpose, and then because she's an Earthbender, 1 attack and drawing a card, which is awesome. And we'll just move this now. Wait and Listen goes down the bottom. I could actually use 1 or 2 of those as well. And a Rock-a-Lanche, very nice. Yeah, the main goal of this right now is to try to hit Ty Lee as much as possible and get rid of her so I can play bending cards freely. Leaving Mai out and leaving Zuko out is not really that terrible, to be honest with you. All right, not bad, not bad, not bad for Toph. Speaking of which, Sokka, you gotta go. You're gonna have to end up discarding, unfortunately, we're gonna have to discard UA, but, you know, we'll see what we can do otherwise. All right, here we go. We got, all right, +2 to the boat. So the boat's going to move up 2, so it's going to be at 3. Ty Lee is not going to trigger because actually Sokka doesn't have any bending at all. Unfortunately, he will lose 2 health, so he's going to be at 8, and then he has to discard, UA from his hand. So we got to do this because of Zuko, and then UA has to go because it's the only ally he has, so he must discard her, as much as I would have loved to throw her into reserve. Otherwise so we got the map, which is good. So the boat will move back to 2. We need to have as much boat control as possible. We have 1, 2 purpose. Now then, okay, so I am going to take Helping Hands and we're going to discard it from the game to give Sokka, 3 more purpose. So he has 5 purpose. Unfortunately, he's going to have to take a damage, which I'm going to do right now because I don't have an attack in order to assign to anything. So he has to take a damage because Judy is like chasing after him and he has to duck down a corridor or something like that in order to escape that crazy woman. And with this 5, he's actually going to grab Surf the Wave. Now, I know I probably should have taken maybe like Blasting Jelly or Bato or Tio, but I think taking a bending card right now and putting this in his hand will be better once UA swings back around and she goes into reserve. Because as soon as she goes into reserve and Maya's gone, we are good to go with bending for the rest of the game, at least when it comes to water bending for him. Oh, good. And there's Douse. Oh, I can use that too. Yeah, getting UA to be his permanent waterbender will be awesome. Unless I find a waterbender in the general supply, which is very possible as well. Helping Hand, Warrior Style, Solar Eclipse Scroll. Remember, we just got this in the last game, which is amazing. Any 2 heroes each gain 1 purpose and draw 1 card, which is fantastic. Come on, give me an item. Give me an ally. All right, that's got to go. So I have to play 2 items within my turn in order to get rid of that thing, which, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, these are items. One of this is the Boomerang and one of this is my Whalebone Club. Okay, cool. So I think Sokka will be able to actually do this on his next turn. Toph just has to hit people. That's not really, you know, outside of her realm of possibility. Oh, cool. We got a surprise for you. So we're going to take ourselves the green dice here. We're going to give it a roll, and it's the heart, which is remove 1 hit from each adversary. Oh, it's not bad. Ty Lee's the only one with 1. So that's really not that terrible at all. All right, Toph has 2 bending cards in her hand, Sand Bending and Earth Wave. As much as I want to, do I just have her take the 2 hits to keep? I'm going to do that. We're going to take 2 hits for Toph. Mai doesn't trigger because there's no allies, and Zuko doesn't trigger because the boat didn't move, which is very nice. I was afraid it would do that with the dice or whatever. Sand Bending will give 2, and then as I play these, I can choose which ones I want to put back on top of her deck. So Earth Wave is going to give, we're going to give 1. I'm okay with the boat right now. I think Sokka will be able to handle that. So 1 with the boat, and then we have 1, 2 offer aids, and again we have Helping Hand here, which if I discard that will be 5. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that because the 5 that I'm grabbing here can go to Rock-a-Lanche, which has the next hero may ignore the effect of any one adversary in play. With 3 of them in play, having somebody not trigger would be awesome, especially for Sokka if I can have Mai not trigger at the point when I play this. So we're going to go ahead and grab this, and we have Earthquake, which is next. 2 damage if you defeat an enemy, gain a purpose and a health. Also, because I have 5 here, more than 4, Toph does gain an extra attack, and I'm just going to give that to her right now. So we'll put this here for Rock-a-Lanche. This goes in her discard. Let's put these on the board. We're actually, again, just going to go right for Ty Lee. 1, 2, 3, 4, because Sokka should be able to beat her next turn, which will get her off the board, and we won't have to worry about Toph losing health to bending, and then we'll just take down Mai from there. This sounds good. This sounds really good. So we're going to flip over Offer Aid. We're going to shuffle. All right, and now 4 more cards. Offer Aid, Rock-a-Lanche, Rock Column, and Seismic Sensei. There you go. We got lots of stuff here that we're going to be able to do on Toph's turn should Ty Lee get defeated, which I'm pretty sure she will. Okay, Sokka goes active hero -2, all other heroes -1. All right, so Sokka's at 5, Toph's at 1. What is it? Ty Lee works with bending. I have no bending. The ship didn't move. I have to discard an ally though because of Mai. So unfortunately, Sooks has got to go in there. Now with what I have, we're going to go ahead and do Solar Eclipse Scroll, which any 2 heroes can gain a purpose. So we'll go 1, 2, and those heroes draw cards. Toph is going to get, oh my God, see, this is why we got to get rid of Ty Lee. Look at that. She has 4 bending cards in her hand. But Sokka now has Boomerang. Boom, goes down the Boomerang, and there's the 1 attack that we need because I'm going to be able to beat Ty Lee with this Boomerang and then gain another purpose. But first, we can head over here and see that the disguises worked for our characters, well, until Aang inadvertently gave away his position, where the girls dressed up as noble ladies in the party, and then the boys were waiters. But hey, it worked. It's good. We're going to go ahead and roll the Earth dice, which everybody gains an attack, which is really good. I put that on their cards. This now goes to the side, and in the beginning of Toph's turn, we'll reveal what the next story is. I'm actually just going to take this 1 attack right now and drop it onto Ty Lee, just so I can have this done and over with, have defeated her, knocking her out again. Our non-bender takes out the person that disables bending. Boat goes back 1, so it's actually at 1, and then all heroes gain health, which is fantastic, and we'll see our next enemy at the beginning of Toph's turn. All right, so we got 6, 7, and 1 because we beat with Boomerang, and we have Offer Aid, so that's 3. We're going to do the warrior style for this, and I actually think I'm just going to play this for 1. Yeah, I'm just going to play it for 1 to have 4, because with 4, come back here, you. What I'm going to do is we're going to grab Tio and put him into Sokka's deck. Tio either grants 2 purpose or draws a card. And this is good because when I need to boost air, it's either airbending cards or cards that produce more than 2 purpose per, if they have the ability to make more than 2 purpose or 2 purpose or more. So that's perfect. That's actually really, really good. It's even good for water boosting because it's an ally. This is how you use cards in multiple ways with the boost board. But I haven't boosted anything yet because I haven't gotten around to really needing anything at the moment. So let's grab these 2. I'm going to put these 2 on Mai, and I need to show that. So there we go. So yeah, I knew it. The Whalebone Club and Offer Aid. Oh, I didn't even realize there was 3 there. So I could have very well have almost drawn Offer Aid and not completed the objective. All right. So now we have the Whalebone Club, the Offer Aid. We have another Offer Aid. That's 3. The map for 4 and warrior style for 5. So far, so good. Toph starts with 1 of each here, which is awesome. And let's see where we go from there. All right, first let's start with the objective. What is our new set of the story? It is the search for Appa. Active hero must use
split up to cover more area.
Draw 2
Toph,
cards
I guess
on
you
their turn. That's a tough one.
I thought designing
Sokka
the
right now
Lost
has all
Appa
the card
poster was
drawing
my job.
abilities,
I've
so
been working all day on my
hopefully we'll be able
Appa.
to get something for him, but
Sokka, the
yeah,
arrow
that's
was
gonna
on
be
Appa's
that's
head.
gonna be tough.
This
But
is
that's
his
also
head.
any abilities, so even characters, so maybe defeating Mai is the best thing because she could draw 2 cards, and that will complete it. We have to complete it because until the end, we can't move the ship back, which is terrible.
Why? Because you think I can't put up posters on my own? It's upside down, isn't it? I'll just go with Sokka.
And this is also from the best episode of the series, and that's Tales of Ba Sing Se, if I'm not mistaken, when they're searching for Appa. I mean, there's a lot of other things that happen with that as well, and I always wondered how that would make it in here, but yeah, we need to find Appa. Now, at least we'll get a card on top of the general support deck if when we complete this. Speaking of general support, we know that this is Momo, because we had that, Jasmine T, and then I forget what the other one was after that. I am going to have to figure out how to boost away some of this stuff to kind of get those out, but hey, we love Momo. And finally, our third adversary on the board is June and Nyla. Okay, so that's bad. What's bad about June and Nyla is that no matter what, Zuko is going to trigger because she is going to continuously move the boat. And also, so long as Search for Appa is out, we can't move the boat back. So we need to figure out a way to get rid of that, change the boat, get rid of her. Like, there's so much that has to happen. But first, we need to draw a card here. And all heroes choose to discard an item card or lose 2 health. Well, unfortunately for Toph, she does not have any item cards, so that's going to be an immediate losing of 2 health. Sokka is going to toss his Whalebone Club, and by doing that, he actually gains 2 purpose, so that'll help him on his next turn. June moves the boat 1, going to 2. Active hero loses 2 because of Zuko, and then any allies Toph has to get rid of. So really, that's just 2 more loss for Toph because she doesn't have any allies, and that's really that. Now then, what I want to do is we're going to Earth Boost. And as always with my boosting abilities, it's cumulative cards between all players. Toph is going to toss Seismic Sense. Sokka is going to toss the map because we can't move back the boat anyway while the thing's on. And this is going to trigger the Earth Boost. We're going to put this here, and we're going to be able to roll. So I can do one of 2 things. I can either take a card from each one of their decks and put them on the bottom of their deck, but they really don't have anything good right now, so I'm going to choose to do the other option, and that's roll the green and the red dice. Anything here could be very helpful, so we'll see what these dice happen to give us. 1 attack and 1 purpose, which is exactly what they're made for. All right, so we got a purpose going on to each of these guys and an attack going on to each of these guys. If Sokka doesn't get stunned, he'll have quite a bit going for him on his next turn. All right, so first I'm going to go ahead and do the Rock-a-Lanche. So we're going to put this here, and then I'm actually going to use this little token to trigger June and Nyla. Sokka doesn't have any allies in his hand, so Mai isn't going to activate, and as long as she doesn't move the boat, then Zuko doesn't activate, pending this doesn't move the boat. I got 1, 2 offer aids for Toph to put that here, so that puts her at 4, which is actually pretty good. We'll do a rock column right there, and earth armor, which I'm actually going to give her back 2 health. How much attack does she have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that enough to beat Mai? That's enough to beat Mai. If you defeat Mai, you gain if you defeat an adversary, you gain another purpose, which I have 1, 2, 3, 4 purpose here. That would be 5. No, I'm not going to do that yet because I'd rather have wait and listen as earthbending. So actually these 4, I'm going to put 3 of them on June and Nyla, and I'm going to put 1 on Mai just to kind of knock her down a little bit more. As far as my purpose goes, I have 4. I want wait and listen. I know Momo's really good, but wait and listen gives any 2 heroes 1 purpose, which is awesome. And those 2 heroes also gain a health. So healing is very important, especially for our characters as bad things continue to happen. The words so far so good are kind of in the mix right now, so we're just going to take it as is and hope for the best. I had 4. Actually, no, I had 4. So I actually do have 1 more attack from Toph. I'm going to put that on the June and Nyla. So now they are at 4 out of 5, which is good. And now Toph gets to go. Stone Levitation, that's good. That's a card draw right there. Earth Wave, Sand Bending, Offer Aid, and Offer Aid. I just wanted to have all bending for her. Wow, that was 5 exactly. Very nice. Sokka goes. He only has 3 cards in his hand, but that's okay. Pending nothing actually goes wrong here. All heroes -1, they cannot draw extra cards this turn. That's fine. I wasn't looking to do that anyway. June and Nyla are earth stunned for this turn, so that doesn't trigger, and he has no allies in his hand. I just wish Sokka had better cards because this is going to do absolutely nothing. Best I can do is 1 more. Well, no, actually, no, I take that back. He has 3 here, actually. 2 more Offer Aids gives him 5. That's enough to get Momo. And then this is actually 2 attacks. So no, never mind. I take it back. Thank you, Toph, for adding in all that amazing stuff because this is going to be extremely helpful. We're going to start with Momo down here. We're going to take these 5. So Momo is going to go into Sokka's deck. I was thinking about Blasting Jelly, but I think this is probably, he's going to be better for right now, especially giving that 3 purpose. And damage-wise, one's going to go to June and Nyla. Unfortunately, the boat will not move back because of Search for Appa in play, but we're going to put one more on Mai, meaning that she just needs 2 more hits in order to go kaput. And so if Toph can do that on her next turn, which I'm sure she can, then this will be out of play and we'll be able to draw those cards and hopefully, quote unquote, find what we're looking for in the Search for Appa. Don't mean to bury the lead with that one right there, but come on, it's a Search for Appa. Appa's gone. We have to find him. We're going to find him. Appa had an entire episode dedicated to him called Appa's Lost Day, where we find out what happened to Appa. We need to know where Appa is. We love Appa so much. We have 2 allies in hand, and we're gonna have to get rid of one of them because of Mai. We gotta get rid of her. Well, no, actually, Toph on her turn, which is gonna be right now, should absolutely be able to do that. All right, well, in theory, let's just see what happens here. All right, active hero -3 health. Oh, ouch. Oh, if it stuns, it moves the boat an additional 1, and we have to reveal an additional card. Actually, before we do that, let's go over here to the adversary because we need to figure out who our third one is. Fire Nation ship. Okay, that's really not that bad. Oh, goodness. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Okay, so Lightning Blast did not stun her. So this is not going to, so even if she gets stunned on the next card, it will not move the ship any further along. Come on, light. Do something light. Do something light. Active hero -1 and discards a card. Okay, that's fine. Oh, stops at the end. Sokka, oh, he's going to take the 1 hit from the Fire Nation ship. Toph does have to discard 1 card from her hand. She is going to discard, oh man, I could use the 3 actually. We're going to discard, oh, I like all my stuff. I can get the draw card. So, okay, I'm going to discard an Offer Aid. There we go. Just because we know what this is and I keep forgetting to do it, let's put the Jasmine Dragon Tea right there in the market just so we know we have it. Okay, Toph, here we go. Are you ready? Wha-bam, boom. We're going to do some sand bending right now, which is going to gain us 2 attack. And I'm going to take both of those attack before I do anything else. Immediately assign them to Mai, which defeats her. Boom, 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 boom. All heroes then get to draw a card from their deck, and if the card is not an ally, they draw a second card. Toph has no allies, so she's going to draw 2 cards, and in one fell swoop, defeat Mai, and and redeem herself, basically. And I'll talk about that. I'm excited now. I realized just right there how amazing it is that the game is able to tell a story within itself. It may not be 100% true of how it happened in the show, but for this purpose, I love it. I love it so much. We're going to start with Sokka first. Sokka draws a card. Hey, Surf to Wave. It's not an ally, so he gets to draw again, and it's Tia. Wow, that's if those were in the opposite order, he would not be able to do that. Toph is now going to draw. Her first card she draws is the Earth Armor. We'll put that in hand. Second card she draws is Offer Aid. She was then able to use an ability to draw 2 in 1 turn. Because that's all this said. Active hero must use abilities to do +2 on their turn. I think abilities also apply to rewards and things along that ways from enemies you defeat. So that's what I'm going with. You guys can let me know down in the comment section below, but I really, really believe that's it. As long as a character can draw 2 in a turn, then that satisfies the conditions for Search for Appa, which means that we have found Appa. Whoever this goes to the top of the general support deck, so we'll be able to purchase him later, and it just is appropriate that Toph did all she could to stop Appa from getting captured, from trying to fight back the Sandbenders. He got captured, and now she was the one in our game to find him. I love redemption arcs so much, and this wasn't so much a redemption, but it just feels so appropriate. Now again, with that, Appa is going to go on top of the deck here. And as you can see, Appa's amazing. He moves the boat back 2, or he gives you 2 attack, which is great. Appa is very unique in that from here on out, for boxes 6 and 7, if anybody plays as Aang, Appa immediately goes into Aang's his starter deck. So Aang will always start with Appa. If nobody is Aang, then Appa is shuffled into the general support deck with the possibility of finding him. So read those, those instruction manuals before you get going. So this way, then you know where certain cards go and who gains what, because that is a very special case. All right, let's just continue on right here. Sandbending's a little bit in its own uniqueness because now we have Offer Aid and Offer Aid. So both of those can go here. We're going to go ahead and ride the wave, which actually I don't even need to push the boat back yet. So we're just doing attack. We're going to do an Earth Armor to gain 2, and we're going to do Stone Levitation to gain 1 and draw a card, which is a Rock-a-Lanche, which we'll put here. And we'll do this, and I'm actually going to, I'm going to Earth Stun Zuko, because you can only do it to active enemies. That's just in case if we happen to like run into anything bad or that pushes the boat. So we got that. We have 1, 2, 3 purpose. So unfortunately, Toph doesn't get the extra attack, but that's okay. That 3 purpose is going to go right. Actually, you know what? I'm going to try to get Appa into Toph's deck. And if Appa's in Toph's deck, he is an airbender, which enables her to use airbending cards. So I'm going to grab directed funnel for Toph. It's 3. I can do it. As long as we have Appa, then she'll get 2 purpose a turn. And then also any bending cards that she acquires will go on top of the deck. So that's the goal. The goal is to get Appa into Toph's deck. As far as the last 3 go, I'm going to go 1, 2 on Zuko and 1 on the Fire Nation ship. All right. That is very possible. Now, with Sandbending, I mean, that'll go to the discard pile. I'm going to toss both of these here too. Rock-a-Lanche, Rock-a-Lanche and Stone Levitation and Earth Armor. I'm going to put all my, I want them all on top. Earth Wave, no, I can toss Earth Wave, but I'm going to put these 3 back on top. Sandbending goes in here. And now she draws, so we know that these came with us from Sandbending, which is amazing. Seismic Scent, all bending. All bending all the time. All right, Sokka, you got a handful of cards here. Let's see what you can do then. And we even have an ally. Fantastic. We start waterbending. Before we move on with Sokka, we have met with the Earth King and talked to him. We have found Appa. We're doing really good in Ba Sing Se right now, doing all types of our objectives. Next is, discover the hidden base at Lake Laogai. Now, this is when we get really deep into it. We meet up with Jet and his crew because they are running around the city. We're learning about the Daishi, right? I believe that's who they are. Or I'm thinking of Power Rangers probably. Dai Li, which is like the elite earthbending crew in Ba Sing Se that's planning a coup against the king. It's just super deep, let me tell you, everyone. And this is where we're going, down to a hidden base, super deep. Any hero must play 2 earthbending cards. Wow, only 2? Really? That's it? That's all I need to play? Pfft, please. If you play at least 1 earthbending, draw a card, and then add reward 21 to the general support deck. Well, that's going to be completed quickly.
I'm Judy. Welcome to Ba Sing Se.
I'm Judy. Welcome to Ba Sing Se.
We're so lucky to have our walls to create order.
We're so lucky to have our walls to create order.
All right, so Zuko's going to move down 1. The Fire Nation ship is going to move down 1. And then we're going to flip this, which is a Fire Nation soldier. We're getting pretty lucky in terms of like the easy ones here. Maybe what I'll do is I'll spread the damage amongst all 3 and then just wipe all 3 out at once. That'll get through this pile really, really fast. Now Sokka can go, and all heroes choose to discard a bending card or lose 2 health. All right, so for Toph, she's just going to get rid of Seismic Sense because I really don't need that for anything right now. That's still 4 bending cards for her to be able to just lay waste to things. Sokka, what do I want to do? Do I want to just have him lose the 2 health? Because I have a lot of really good... I only have 1 bending card, but I kind of want to use it. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. We're going to lose the 2 health for Sokka, and we should be fine. What is it? Toph actually does lose a health because she did discard a card because of the Avatar sighting event, so that's gone. Any 1 hero loses a health, so that's going to be Sokka, just to kind of even it out, and then Zuko does not trigger, but he will trigger next turn if the boat moves. All right, Sokka, we're going to go ahead and take Yue. We're going to put her right here as an active ally, which means that Sokka now has the ability to waterbend. Actually, before we do that, say I didn't do that yet, I'm sorry. Before I play any cards, that's when you're able to boost. And I'm going to fire boost actually before I do anything else, because I still want to use the cards that Sokka has. So as far as fire boosting goes, the only way to trigger that is to either discard fire-based cards, which we really don't have any, or heal our enemies. I'm going to take one away from the Fire Nation and one away from Prince Zuko. And we're going to burn through some of this here. I'm going to definitely get rid of the lychee nuts, so those are going to be gone. And I actually am going to get rid of all the blasting jelly as well, because I want to just open those spaces up for the things that we've been gathering, which would happen to be Appa for 5, and the Pai Sho tile, which I would like to give to Sokka, because I'm pretty sure he's going to always have an ally. It's possible. I don't know. I may burn that later. Okay, I put the token on the fire, so now we can all start playing. Let's go ahead with the Offer Aid for 1. Boomerang! In order to put some damage on. It's not going to defeat anything, but at least it's there. Suki, my love, will get 3 and an attack. We got Solar Eclipse Scroll, so we gain another purpose. Toph gains a purpose, and everyone draws a card. Offer Aid. Offer Aid. I'm knocking things around as I'm doing this, sorry. So we got 3 there. I'm going to Surf the Wave, so Sokka gains another purpose and an attack, and we roll the blue dice, which is healing. Thank you. I actually really like that. Perfect. And we have Tio, who is going to give Appa 2, because, or not Appa 2, give Sokka 2, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, perfect. So he'll have 6. Ah, man, I really want Bato so much because the 2 damage and rolling the blue dice, but drawing a card in any one hero heals 3, especially going up against 3 enemies, and we haven't even seen some of our worst ones yet. Yeah, the Jasmine Dragon Tea has got to go in the Sokka's deck for sure. I know I have other things that'll like help him draw cards, but I think for right now, that is definitely the best way to do it. And I don't really use Sokka's ability because I already am able to like flip through the general support tech pretty quickly. And I like some of the regular cards as opposed to just finding only allies. What do we got? We got 3. So we'll just place them 1, 2, 3. Very nicely, evenly spread out. All right, Sokka's going to end his turn. Oh, I forgot he still had his helping hand. We're going to have to get rid of that next turn and give him a ton of purpose. Hey, look at that. That's more purpose. That's more purpose. That's a boat movement, which is that, what is that, 2? So I need to move it anyway. And Suke. So I'm actually going to move stuff down a little bit because once Toph goes, which she's going to go right now, she's going to need room in order to put down an ally. Boom. There we go. Let's grab her cards and draw her Fire Nation card. All right, here we go. And a flip. Active hero -2 and all other characters -1. All right, so again, Toph is like right on the edge there. Boom, boom. And I'm going to have Sokka take the 1 hit as well from the Fire Nation ship. Now then, let's go ahead and play some earthbending cards, shall we? We'll just offer aid for the heck of it to gain that. We will wait and listen. Any 2 heroes gains a purpose. So we'll give 1 to Toph and 1 to Sokka, and also they gain 1 health each. We will once again rocket launch. We will put that onto Zuko because, yeah, we don't want to do any additional damage if the boat moves. We'll go ahead and do the stone levitation, so that's another purpose, and 2 attack to Toph because we got 4 purpose out of that, and she draws a card, which is offer aid. I think this is it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're so close. 5. Nope, that's it. I'm sorry, that's it. That's Appa. Appa is 5. And we're going to go ahead and whoop, heal. Before I go ahead and spend the 5 that Appa costs, because again, that's going immediately to Toph, no questions asked, we're going to go ahead and just put this down. Ooh, the Machinist. Oh my goodness. See, this is the other thing. Like they just come out as they are. He would be great for Sokka, because I want Sokka to just have like a ton of card draw to him, as I had him before, just drawing his entire deck. But Toph, let's grab Appa. And, I mean, Appa would be great because I'm buying more airbending cards, and then the Pai Sho tile could just trigger him over and over again. Okay, maybe that's something I want to think about. All right, so we can remove these 5. So we did that. We know Appa goes up here. Everything here goes in the discard pile. And we have, again, 3. Let's go. 1, 2, we'll put 1 on Zuko. So it's 4, 2, and 5. So we're still kind of spreading it around as evenly as we can. And then we'll reload this because it is the end of Toph's turn with a Kyoshi Warrior fan. Fun, good, but very basic. Cheap. Cheap would be another thing as well because it's only 4 purpose in order to get it. Wait a minute, time out. We discovered the base to Lake Lago, which would have caused me to draw a card. So Earth Column, actually, I would have drawn as well, giving me another attack, which I will put on the Fire Nation ship. I say that because it says if you play at least one Earthbending card, you draw a card. So that would have been Rock Column. Rock Column would have been drawn due to this ability because I played a ton of Earthbending that turn. But what is different then is this would have gone to the top of the general supply deck instead of the Kyoshi Warrior fan. And that happens to be Jet. We have found Jet. He has now joined our side, if only temporary, because, you know, things happen to Jet. They're a little unclear, but they happen. And we'll be able to get him. And if we discard Jet, which I can do when boosting at the very least, it moves the boat back 1. So the Kyoshi Warrior fan, I'm actually just going to put right back on top here, and we'll put Jet right there. The objective is finished. There we go. Do not forget to keep an eye on those rewards. They are very good. Rock-a-Lanch, I love that. Wait and listen. Offer aid, earth armor, and seismic sense, which is good because maybe then I'll play that on her turn and get the fan out of there because I don't think I'm going to buy... it's Sokka's turn. Maybe I'll get some waterbending cards or something. Well, we'll see. We do have some helping hand with us. All right, next objective, moving right along. We're doing great, and this is it. Overcome the Dai Li to meet the Earth King. This was an awesome, awesome scene where you had to go, or the team itself raided the Earth King's stronghold, where they just drove past everything, showing off all of their amazing earthbending abilities, how much more powerful Toph is than the entire like professional earthbending crew and everything. Like it was amazing to see them do this. They finally get the king. They show him that the war is happening because he was been in the dark the whole time, and other bad things happen because we still haven't met the advisor that is making this whole thing go the way it is. To do this, we have to assign 3 attack and 2 purpose. And as long as this is out, we cannot assign attack to any of the adversaries on the field. So I'm actually kind of glad we have the setup that we have.
I don't know if you've noticed, but things don't usually go that smoothly for our little gang.
I know, but I've got a good feeling about this.
Because out of everything, this is probably the least dangerous combo, everything from like the original starting stuff. So we really lucked out here. All heroes -1 and cannot draw cards. The Fire Nation ship does trigger, so Zuko, sorry. All right, so Sokka's -1, Toph is -1, and I'm going to actually have Sokka take that additional hit from the Fire Nation ship because we have Suki, and Suki is going to be able to heal him now. I know I should probably boost something, but I don't really have anything else to boost. It's 2 apiece, 2 apiece. No, we're not going to, I can't boost air or water yet. I will, but not yet. Suki is a little bit more important right now because I want to start assigning things to overcoming the Dai Li. We can move the ship back at least, so we'll put the ship back to 1, so that's as far back as it can go. Got another offer aid right here, which is great. We have the solar eclipse scroll, so everybody, you get a purpose, and you get a purpose, and actually you get a card, an offer aid, and you get a card. A boomerang, to say the least. So we'll put that there, which is good. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to toss this finally to do 1, 2, 3. And now Sokka has 6 and 2 to spend. It's not enough to finish off the objective. Yeah, honestly, I'm going to put the 2 here on the objective just to kind of do that. But I'd rather take this 6 and get the machinist. So this way, Sokka, again, has more card draw ability within his deck. Because playing him will draw a card. And it's also a non-bending ally. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Toph is doing pretty good about gaining purpose, which is really nice. So she'll be the one to have to figure that out once it gets to her turn. All right, surfing the wave, the whalebone club. Offer aid, and warrior style. I got to burn through air and water in order to start getting rid of some of these cards from my deck. So there we go. Let's replace this down here with the Kyoshi fan, as we knew that was there. And Toph goes. Active hero chooses another hero. Oh no, that's gonna stun Sokka. Because she has to choose another hero to lose 2, and that's Sokka. Oh no, Sokka has to discard 3 cards. I'm actually going to discard the Whalebone Club, 1 offer aid, and my warrior style. I know that's weird to get rid of that, but that's going to give him 2 because he discarded the Whalebone Club from being stunned. And at least then he'll have Surf to Wave and another offer aid, so he'll have 4 purpose in order to be able to do something good with it on his turn. Unfortunately, the ship does move up to 2, but that's really all that happens, and we're still in good position with the ship. It hasn't gotten far at all. We've been very, very lucky with all this. All right, Toph has the Earth Armor, so that's 1, 2 right there. We will Seismic Sense, but we'll do that a little bit later. We got 2 more offer aids, so we can do 1, 2, which is good. We'll Rock a Lanch. That's an attack. We'll just leave that on Zuko, because again, I feel like a boat movement's coming soon. And then we have Wait and Listen, wherever he's unfortunately not going to, actually he loses both of these, but he'll gain 1 back because I played Wait and Listen after he got stunned. So at least he gains that back. So this is everything here. Do I just want to complete the objective? Yeah, let's just complete the objective. I know I have a ton of purpose here. What do I have? I have 4, but I need 2 and an attack. Which technically I would have gained another attack because I had 4. So we're going to leave that to the side. We're going to do 3, and then we'll put 1, 2 right there. So at least that now completes overcoming the Dai Li and getting to the Earth King. So that's really nice. So we did all that, which is good. We get to roll the air and the water dice. It's a pretty good combination of things to roll right here. Maybe we can draw a card and one person can heal, or we can just draw 2 cards apiece. Oh boy, they're good. Sokka's back in the game, baby.
That's right, I'm Sokka. It's pronounced with an aka. Young ladies, I rocked ya.
That's 1 too many syllables there, bub.
All right, we'll just give them the Sokka first, an offer aid, and a Momo. Fantastic. That's good. Now, Toph will have a rock column and a sand bending. So that's 3 more attack in addition to the 1 that she had. And then place other, and then I can figure out what cards I want to leave on top of my deck with sand bending. Oh, that's so good. All right, so this is finished. We are done with that objective. And then I have 4, so I can go 1, 2, 3, and 4 actually. So yeah, you need 1, you need 1, you need 1, and so I should be able to wipe out everything in 1 fell swoop, which is awesome. You are stunned then also for Sokka's turn. Fantastic. All right, perfect. We like it. We're just going to do this. Sokka is actually going to have a pretty simple and quick turn because I'm just going to boost water once I get over to his turn. First, let's go ahead and see what our next objective is. Learn to balance chakras, which is Aang only, or escape the metal prison for Toph only. So this is one that specifically calls for either Aang or Toph, I should say, to be in play. For Aang, it's him learning about his chakras with the guru, going through that whole thing. There's an entire section of this within the the later game, box 7 or whatever, that involves the chakras, and we'll go over it then. But Aang is not a part of this right now. Instead, Toph is, and only Toph can assign 3 purpose to this, and then if she does, it's completed. If neither hero are in play, everybody loses 2, and then resolve this card as if completed, which means we would just moved on. But at the very least, Toph is going to gain reward card 22, something new for her deck, and then reward card 23 is going to go to the top of the general support deck. Speaking of things going to the top of deck, I forgot to activate the sand bending, which is going to go right here. We're going to have Rock-a-Lanch and Wait and Listen. They're going to go on top. So we're going to draw 1, 2, and then 3 more. So that's 1, 2, and a 3. And perfect. There's Appa. Appa will go into the reserve on Toph's turn. But it is Sokka's turn right now regardless. So let's grab these and draw his Fire Nation card, which happens to be... all heroes choose to lose 2 health or 1 ally from hand or reserve. Oh, man. So Sokka is back at 10. I'm just going to have him lose the 8 because he has Momo, but I kind of want to do something right now. And then same thing for Toph. Toph's going to lose 4 because I don't want her to lose Appa. Anybody loses a health because of the Fire Nation, that's good. And I didn't actually discard any cards, so that's that. Sokka, what he's going to do is, again, he is going to boost water. So he's going to take a water card, and he's going to take Momo here. Yeah, that's fine. And we're going to toss both of these to boost it. And normally when it comes to boosting water, the ship would move back 2, but instead instead, we're going to roll the blue and the green dice. So now I just have to boost air, and I can finally get rid of one of those offer aids. We'll do it right here. 1 blue and 1 green grants everybody 2 attack. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Oh, well, all right. So, whoops, we're there. So 1 to attack for you and 1 to attack for you. And then I have 2 more offer aids for Sokka. So 3 and 2. Cool. Let me hold off on those 2 purposes for right now because I can put 1 here on the Fire Nation soldier and 1 here on the Fire Nation ship. The Fire Nation soldier, upon defeating, which happens right now, boom, boom, baby, boom, all heroes gain a health. So that means that Toph is at 5 and Sokka is back to 8. And then the Fire Nation ship gets sunk right where it is. Down it goes. And then all heroes now draw 1 card. Which, if I'm not mistaken, hopefully is, yep, directed funnel for Toph, which means if I put Appa in reserve, she'll be able to use both of those abilities, which is great. And there we are. That's what I was looking for. Boom, right there. So Tio can either grant me another card draw or 2 purpose. What do I have? I have 1, 2, 3 right now. Okay, let's go ahead and douse. We'll do 2. We'll add 2 purpose to this. And so now Sokka has 5 purpose, which then he's going to grab douse from the waterbending set, which is a -1 to the boat, and then also 3 purpose. And there's a water rip right next to it. Oh, that's even better. It's fantastic. I know I haven't used Tio yet in terms of his card draw, but hey, you know, he's helping out immensely with all that extra purpose. Jasmine TT, beautiful, in order for healing. I'm going to need that for Toph. Toph is actually about to get bombarded by 2 new adversaries. We got a douse, we got a warrior style, we got offer aid, and a Momo. Beautiful. Toph. Oh, look at all that. Some earth and air bending. That is so cool. I love deck builders in this case where it doesn't, you do all kinds of crazy things with these decks every single time you play. So here we go. All right, first adversary that comes down that Toph will have to do is Long Fang, which is the advisor to the Earth King. He is the one that is basically working against the Earth King, controlling the Dai Li, and is looking to basically overthrow the Earth King, at the very least to kind of just gain all this crazy power and control for himself. He's that type of villain. He just is a jerk, and we got to get rid of him. And each time a hero acquires a card with the value of 4 or more purpose, that hero loses a health. So you got to really watch what you buy around him because he will hurt you that way. Otherwise that, oh no. Okay, see, this is what I was worried about. This was so worried about Zuko coming back. This is why I need Rockalaunch. I need more Rockalaunch. Azula, -2 health, +1 to the boat. Because she does a movement of the boat, Zuko immediately triggers, which would then, cause another -2 to the active hero. So I'm going to be at 1. Toph is going to be at 1 as soon as I pull this. If as soon as these 2 trigger, if this hurts her at all, she is stunned, and that is going to suck. Oh God, roll the dice. Here we go. Come on, heart or draw a card. Heart or draw a card. Oh no, the boat moves. Oh, she's stunned because Zuko is, each time an effect adds any number to the boat. So the boat moves from 2 to 3. So she then goes down 2. Azula hits her 2, which moves the boat from 3 to 4. And then Zuko does another 2 damage, which stuns her. Oh, it's 6 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and blah. So I got to discard 3 cards. And the cards I'm going to discard are both offer aids and wait and listen. The reason I'm doing that, and also the boat, by the way, is at 5. So that thing just moved like crazy. The reason I did that is because number 1, Appa is going to go right into here. We can kind of get that on camera a little bit better. Maybe, yes, perfect. And now Toph is an airbender now for right now with Appa with her. So we'll be able to do directed funnel. And I won't be able to purchase anything, but at least those 2 will be able to assign from Toph to the objective. So she'll be able to do something eventually on the next turn. And then the Rockalaunch, which will gain, well, this is gone because she got stunned, but we'll gain this, and I'll be able to stun Azula for 1 turn. So that is what that all comes down to. So we got a Rockalaunch stun for her, which is good. I do have another attack, which I'm actually going to put onto Zuko, because I need him out of here. As long as he's on the field, that's a lot of damage every turn. So with that said, we'll get him off the board, which is good, and that moves the boat back 2. All right, so he can go away. The boat will then go back to 3, and I'll put my 2 purpose here for escaping the metal bending prison. Give you 2 guesses about what the special card that Toph gains once we complete this. Come on, stop knocking things around. All right, Earth Wave and Stone Levitation. That's good. I could use some card draw. I didn't purchase anything, so at least I didn't have to take another damage. Not that it matters. Back to 10. The Funnel, Earth Column, and Offer Aid. I think I have an idea. Yes, I do. Not that it matters right now. It is Sokka's turn, which actually that idea that I have, I still can trigger on Sokka's turn, which I may do that. All right, first let's move these guys down and reveal our next adversary, which I think is the last one. Yes, it is. Oh my goodness, we are down to the end. Whoa, very appropriate as well. Chinfu and Yu. These were the guys that captured Toph, put her in that full metal prison, and boy, oh boy, did they ever regret their decision. So there we go. Let's go ahead and flip this. Active hero -1 and reveals another card. So Sokka is at 7. Sokka is at 5. Boat moves to 4. Azula comes out of her stun here, which is fine. And then we got to watch what we purchase. Let's finally boost air. And I'm going to actually toss Momo from Sokka, and I'm going to toss the directed funnel from Toph. And the powerful thing that air happens here is a better stun ability, which is I choose any active character, and then they are stunned for 2 turns. So Azula will not trigger on Toph or Sokka's next turn, which is going to be very, very helpful. They're still going to be moving the boat, but that happens that way. Now we surge, and everybody can either remove a card from their hand or discard pile from the game, or they can take any card from the general supply for free. We're going to go ahead and take this Offer Aid out of Toph's hand for this. I don't think it's going to really matter right now because we're really close to the end, but 2 Offer Aids out is going to be very helpful. Now we get to go ahead and play some cards. I'm going to go ahead and do Warrior Style first to move the boat back because we got to have that counterbalance with the boat. We do have another Douse right here to move it back and gain 3 purpose, so discarding Momo didn't really hurt. And then we have the Jasmine Dragon Tea. I'm going to give 1, 2, 3 to Sokka, drawing a card for another Offer Aid. That would be 4. Now, I'm going to grab the Paisho tile because I realize it's use the ability of any reserved ally, and technically right now I have 2 reserved ally, which is both Appa and Princess Yue. So yeah, I'm going to give this to Sokka and see what he can do with it if we happen to draw it as we continue on. I say that because I feel like we're going to be ending this within the next like few turns or so because, man, we're trucking through these guys. 3, 4, and a 5. Fantastic. Take Toph to victory, or somewhere at least. We're going to refill this. Sokka did go down to 7. I forgot to show that or whatever, but that's because of Long Phase ability. Meditate. That's okay. That's a thing right there. That's just 2 health, but we have plenty of things that are healing us, so I'm not really needing that. All right, next. Active hero -1 for each card they have in their hand that costs 4 or more. That is new for box 5, and we're going to see that for the rest of the game. Which I think at this point, because it's Toph's turn, she takes 1 damage because the rest are starter cards. So she'll take 1. The ship will move from 2 to 3. Azula is stunned, and then we just got to watch what we purchase. I don't think it's going to really be much of anything. Boat we're fine with, so we're going to do the Rock Column for an attack. We'll do Earth Wave for an attack, because I think I want to get rid of Shinfu and Yu. And then Stone Levitation will not only finish up the objective, we'll get a 3rd attack and a card, an Offer Aid, which is that. All right, cool. Let's grab all of this and at least finish up the, I only need 1 for the objective. Feeling the power of the earth within the metal, Toph is able to focus her powers and become the world's first metal bender, thus making her...
I am the greatest earthbender in the world. Don't you 2 dunderheads ever forget it.
The greatest in the world indeed. So with that said, we got ahead and did this. Let's look at our rewards. First and foremost, Toph gains metal bending. Search any one hero's discard pile and choose one card and place it on top of their deck. The dig ability puts it on the bottom that I made for my board. Metal bending, being better, puts it on top. So you see how that kind of works. I love the balance that I had there. Sounds good. This is permanently now in Toph's, starter deck for the rest of your games, boxes 6 and 7. And then this guy right here, Guru Patik, will actually go on top of the general supply deck. He'll either give you 2 purpose, or you can search your discard pile for a bending card and put it into your hand. That is really cool. And we will see him again for the rest of the game. All right. Metal bending goes there. All this goes here. Let's go ahead and start flipping. Size makes sense. Rocket Launch, which is good. Even though Azula is going to become unstunned soon. And again, just bending. Just bending is all it is. It's fantastic. It is Sokka's turn. I do have 3 attack that I need to assign first, and then we'll flip over the objective and we will move on from there. So I think I'm going to put, man, I got to get rid of Azula. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 on Azula. She is just the worst out of it all. So I'd rather get rid of her faster. Before we do anything else, let's draw the objective, which happens to be the final fight within the book, Battle Azula at the palace in Ba Sing Se, which is really like the underground like mines of sorts that are there. A really awesome fight between Azula and Aang, and then Zuko got in on it, and it's just another one of his crazy character building moments about what he does about helping Azula but not helping Azula. It was wild. The thing is with this is the Azula adversary card must be defeated, and then you can assign 3 damage. Until that happens, heroes cannot gain any hearts. Oh my goodness, so I'm glad that I put them on Azula because I need to beat her in order to even come close to finishing this objective. I mean, what we have out is really it. We have the 3 adversaries and the objective. So active hero, which is Sokka, loses 3. This stuns the hero, +1 to the boat, and then reveal an additional card. So Sokka then is at 4. It did not get stunned, so okay, here we are. So the boat moves up to 4. All heroes lose 1. So Toph is at 8. Sokka's at 3. The boat moves up 1 again to 5. And Azula is finished up her stun. So she will be back in business during Toph's turn. And then I got to watch what I purchase for Longfang. Before we do any of that, I think we're going to go ahead and Earth Boost. And Toph is going to be the one to take control of that. Sokka's not going to spend anything. So Toph is going to toss her Seismic Sense and the other Earth card. It could be Earth or items. Does Sokka have an item that he can toss? He does. It's either the map as an item or the Solar Eclipse Scroll, but I really like the Solar Eclipse. Yeah, we're going to toss the map. So there you go. 1 of each. And boosting Earth, which we're actually going to use its ability. So now each one of our characters can search their discard pile for a card and put it on the bottom of their deck. For Sokka, I'm actually going to take the Pai Sho tile, and that's going to go to the bottom of his deck. For Toph, we're going to take Metal Bending. Metal Bending is going to go right to the bottom of her deck. So she'll be able to draw it by the time her turn comes back around, and then Sand Bending is in there too, so that's going to be awesome. Now then, for Sokka, we have to defeat Azula. Defeating Azula is like priority number 1 right now. So we'll have the Machinist with 2 attack, drawing a card, which is Tio, and then Tio, I'm sorry, you're just going to start cycling. Ride the Wave. So we'll do that. Oh, okay, so a purpose for that, which actually Toph gains a purpose too. The Solar Eclipse Scroll, so we'll gain a purpose here, a purpose here. Toph draws a card for her Sand Bending. And the Waterbone Club, which we'll just go ahead and play that and hit an attack. Got an Offer Aid for 1 more purpose. And Suki jumps in to heal, which we can't because of the card and another attack. But I think this might be what we need. Yes, so we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's exactly it. That's perfect. That's exactly what I need in order to defeat Azula, which is Fantastic. Awesome. So again, Azula, which is the one that scares me the most by all means, is defeated. Unfortunately, we defeat her, but her all heroes gain 2 still doesn't trigger because I need to put 3 attack onto the battling of her at the palace. Like we knock her down, but she gets back up ready to fight. So move these guys over, but that's 1/2 of the objective done. And then I have 4 purpose, and I'm actually going to grab a water whip for Sokka just to have another water attack, and that's really good to have the 2 attack possibly drawn. Hooey, wow, okay, that was a thing that just happened right there, so we'll put that there. We'll draw 1, 2, 3. The Pai Sho tile is going to be awesome to use Appa's ability, whether it be moving the boat or doing the attack, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be the attack. All right, perfect, sounds good. Let's now jump ourselves over to Toph and start our strike. No new cards to fill in because we're actually done with all of our objectives in it. Well, we're not done, but we're on the last ones. However, Toph still needs to draw -2 health from each adversary. That doesn't matter because you guys are actually at full health, which it's kind of but it is what it is. The boat does move from 5 to 6 because of Sinfu and Yu. And yeah, now let's start seeing what we do, even about getting rid of that. Because healing is fun. So we got 2 attack there, plus our sand bending. We have my Rocket Launch, which is great, and we're go ahead and we're going to stun Shinfu and Yu, just using her earth powers against them. So thematic, I love it. Another offer aid, which is like a whatever, wait and listen, which is 1, 2. We still can't heal. I guess I could assign the 3 and then heal. Yeah, let's say before I played that, let's say I grabbed these 3 attack right here and officially assigned them to battling Azula at the palace in Ba Sing Se, which the final points of that battle didn't quite go as planned.
You are stronger and wiser and freer than you have ever been. And now you have come to the crossroads of your destiny. It's time for you to choose. It's time for you to choose good.
And now that I did this, everybody can actually gain a health because we can start gaining health again. I have a rock armor here, which let's just, I mean, she could go back. Now we'll do 1 attack. We're going to put that on Longfen just to start knocking him down because he has 8 health. All right, we do have sand bending. Is there anything I want to put back on top? I'm honestly just going to put the Rocket Launch back on top because I like having that stun ability. So we're going to do that. What else do I got? I got 4 here. I'm going to take the small vortex for 4. That'll go right into her discard pile. Oh, she would have been able to do the air kick too. That's a fun move of Appa. These are really good because they're like straight on attacks for her. And that would always go there because that was purchased. 1, 2, and a 3. Let's go ahead and shuffle. She does lose 1 health for purchasing that card, but I really think that that's fine. Rock column and small vortex. Cool. Very nice. Yeah, she bought that. So that was that damage right there. Hoo-yah! Over to Sokka. And this powerful warrior is going in strong. Any active hero loses 1 for each card they have in their hand that costs 4 or more. What do we got here exactly? 1, 2. All right, so 2, bump, bump, which is fine. Xingfu and Yu are stunned because of the Rocket Launch, so it doesn't move. And I got to watch what I buy with Sokka, which I may be able to buy quite a bit, honestly. We have an offer aid here. I'm going to use the Pai Sho tile, and I'm going to activate Appa's ability to push the boat back 2. Mainly because the boat's at 6, and I don't really want it moving up anymore because I'm not going to be able to stun this anytime soon. So let that be perfect for that area. The Bone Club is an attack. The Boomerang is an attack, so we know those are 2 attacks. It's 1, 2 there. Let's just use all 3. We'll say Movo is 5, so we'll have 5 to spend and 2 to divvy out. 2 will go on Long Fang, bump, bump, and the 5, we're going to grab Jet because he does 2 damage, and I'd rather just do the 2 damage right now to move this along. All right, fantastic. Jet goes here. Let's go ahead and draw for Sokka. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very nice. Toph. Toph actually has quite a bit of an attack on her right now. Oh, the boat moves technically 3 because it's 2 from this and then 1 from these guys. So 1, 2, 3. If I don't move the boat on her turn, then Sokka is going to have to draw 2 Fire Nation cards at the beginning of his turn. And Sokka did lose 1 health for that purchase of Jet, by the way. So he is at 1. So he is actually in not a very good position at all. All right, first we're going to go ahead and Metal Bend. Search any one hero's discard pile and place something on top. We're actually going to grab that Pai Sho tile again, and we're going to shove that right on top of Sokka's deck. A small vortex gives us 2 attack because it's a small vortex, apparently. The Rock Column will give us a 3rd attack. The Rock Avalanche will give us another attack and a stun for Shinfu and Sifu, whatever, the 2 jerks, because I don't want that thing to get moved and I'm not really purchasing anything. So yeah, we'll do that. And then a single offer aid that doesn't do anything. But we do have 1, 2, 3, 4 damage that we can assign. I can either put him 1 away or I can put them 1 away. I'm really tired of the boat moving. The boat will move back 1 there, but Sokka's still going to have to draw 2 on his turn. Oh, man. All right, we'll put all 4 over here on these guys and then just kind of go from there. I did also forget to replace this over here, which Guru Patik, I don't know if I'll be able to grab him at all. Ah, man, I think Sokka's going to get stunned. He's only 1 health and he has to draw 2 cards. The Direct Air Funnel, Offer Aid, Earth Wave, Bending. All right, anything give more than 1 purpose in my hand? Just that? Okay. Sokka's turn. Here we go. All right, we're going to flip this. And all heroes reveals the top card of the deck. If each hero that reveals a bending card discards it and -2. All right, I'm not really, I'm kind of worried about Toph here. Yep, I thought so. So that's gone, -2. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Pai Sho tile, right, because I put that on top. Perfect. Actually, that saved him. Wow, I can't believe that worked. And then these guys are stunned, and I really can't buy anything expensive for Sokka this turn, or else he is going to go dead. Actually, he might go dead anyway, because I realized that I have to draw a second one of these because of the boat. And now he's stunned. That was the thing that I knew was coming. Oh, poor Sokka. I gotta get scarred 3 cards now. Boo. I'm gonna keep the boat. We'll discard Offer Aid. We'll discard. Man, everyone draws a card. I guess I keep that one for Toph. Keep the map. Get rid of Suki. And 1 more. We'll get rid of Surf the Wave. Right? Do I want to do that? Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay. So move the boat back to 7, which is good. Then we'll play the Solar Eclipse of the Heart right here to give Sokka the Pai Sho tile, which he'll use to trigger Appa, which will move the boat back 2. So now it's at 5. So that's good. And then Toph will draw a card as well to kind of build up her attack for the next turn. We don't have anything to spend, so we don't lose any more health. Back to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tough. And at least now we're only back to drawing 1, which doesn't matter. The boat moved anyway, so the boat's going to move 3 spots. Are you kidding me? Oh. All right, this is getting annoying. 1, 2, 3. I push it back for it to go forward again. Come on. All right, so what I'm going to do actually is we're going to boost air. I'm going to take the direct funnel. I'm going to toss that, and we're going to take Tio, who actually has... Do I want to do that, or do I want to do Douse? Douse moves the boat, so we're going to do that. We're going to take Tio... or the Douse. Yeah, toss Tio. That's going to enable me to boost air, and I'm going to do a double stun for these guys. So now I don't have to worry about them continuously moving the boat back. I'm probably going to beat them, but I'm actually going to try to beat Longfei first. All right, we got 2 offer raids right there, so we know we got 2 there. We're going to do an attack. We're just going to go straight attack on all this. We're going to should move the boat back. Well, they're stunned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sacrifice Appa here, and we're going to use him to knock the boat back 2. So now that's at 6. So that's good. Earth Wave will get us an attack because I want to start building that up. Stone Levitation, 1, 1, 1, which is Sandbending, which is good, and 1, 2. I think this would have to go to the discard pile if I choose to use it like that. So it doesn't go into my active pile, which I would have loved to be able to use for Sandbending, but that's not how that works. There's still plenty here that I can put on top, plus I have a ton of stuff that I can use. First off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I have enough here in order to knock out Long Fang right here, which is awesome. 1 down, 1 to go. All heroes gain a purpose and they heal 2. Sokka's already at full, but that's okay. He has a purpose for next turn, and that just leaves 1 more guy to take care of.
I can handle you by myself.
I only have 5 purpose. Air kick, because why not? Because I love air kick. We're gonna put this here. Sandbending goes here. We're gonna take stone levitation. We'll put that there. That's gonna be the only one that I really choose. So 1, 2, shuffle. What am I doing? Toph, come on, throw a rock at my head and understand that you have now won this game because you were able to produce 4 or more purpose in a turn, which gives me another attack, which is enough to come over here and knock these guys into their own trap, sealing them away for the remainder of the series. That, my friends, is all we need to say we have won the day.
Great. That's enough. Okay, we love each other. Seriously.
Hooey, and there you have it, everybody. We have now finished box 5 for Avatar: The Last Airbender, Aang's Destiny, going through the entire book 2 season over the course of 3 games. Wow, this has been crazy. This one I didn't use my boost board nearly as much, but again, for some reason, if I don't have an airbender, it's a lot harder for me to do like all the different things on it. But even still, I was still able to kind of get rid of, I mean, you get rid of your helping hands and at least 1 more card. So that's 3 cards from each deck called out. If I kind of bought more like air cards or something, it would have been better. But you know, there's always a balance to it, and that's the big thing about Aang and Avatar and things like that. It's always finding the balance between what you can do, what you should do, and what will be more beneficial for you in the future. Speaking of things in the future, we will be moving on to box 6 and 7, the fire boxes. Later, you know, just like I did at the end of the water book, I need to have a little bit of a break from this in order to be able to do a few other things. But I will return it for our finale before you know it. We'll have new allies, new cards, new abilities. We'll finally have firebending that we can use, which is going to be awesome. And then, of course, see even more of the adventures of Aang, Team Avatar, and just all the great things that they do and what they accomplish as they try to save their world. Guys, thank you again for joining me on this session for Avatar: The Last Airbender, Aang's Destiny. Let me know what you think of this down in the comments section below. Was there anything different about the game that you would have played, different ways that you would have went around it, or different cards that you would have used? Do you enjoy using these particular characters, Toph and Sokka, in your games if you happen to have this? Or if not, just tell me what you think of these characters in general. Like, who is your favorite Avatar character? That's going to be a question that I give out to you guys. I really have too many of them to really like put them in order, but Toph would definitely be one of my tops for sure, along with Sokka. Going forward, I don't think I'm going to be playing Toph and Sokka again. I did Toph I try to get everybody getting in 2 games, but Aang's going to be in 3 of them because he's like the main character. And then in the next box, we get another new character added to the mix, along with, I'll probably bring back Katara for the first one because we haven't seen her since the first box. And then, of course, finishing the whole thing up with Aang because that is the most appropriate thing to do for this. So, in order not to miss that or any other airbending action that I do for you guys with Avatar or any other fun games that I put out for you to enjoy, be sure you are subscribed to the Home Gamer Dad. Well, that was a stretch that I did in order to get to that conclusion. If you guys wish to support the channel even further, there are ways to do that down in the description section below. But as always, your view, your like, sharing this video, leaving a comment, subscribing to the channel, those are really what go a long, long way into helping it grow and for me to be able to put out videos like this for you to enjoy. I hope you're looking forward to the beginning of the Fire book, and I hope that the team gets a nice long rest between now and then because they deserve it. Take care of yourselves and each other. We are family forever, gaming together. Guys, until the next one, take care, and I need to go rest now.
I think we should just keep flying and leave this horrible place behind us. I'm with Sweetness. I've seen enough of Ba Sing Se. And I can't even see.